Okie dokie, boys and girls, it is day 321 of bulking to 75 kilos with calisthenics only, and today we have another squatting day. Now, I want to address a question that I've been getting a lot in the comments lately, which is, I want to bulk, but I'm afraid of getting fat. What should I do? I don't want to get fat on the bulk, I'm afraid to bulk. What should I do? And, well, basically, the answer is very simple. You should just bulk slower. And, it might seem like a simple answer, but many people don't realize that you can just bulk slowly. I mean, if you were to ask the average person, like, would you like to gain 5 kilos or 11 pounds of mostly muscle mass and still be relatively lean? They would say, hell yes, of course. Why not? And then if you ask them, if you can achieve that progress in 10 months, the amount of time that I've been bulking at the moment, they would still be like, yeah, 10 months, that's a relatively short time, right? I think most people would agree, like they would sign up for it, But then if you tell them to gain half a kilo a month, they're like, wait, only half a kilo? Why not 1 kilo? Why not 2 kilos? Why not go faster? But it's a simple calculation. Half a kilo every month and you're at 5 kilos in 10 months. And, it doesn't even have to be that fast. You can gain even slower. And the slower you gain, the more of that mass that you gain is going to be muscle instead of fat, as long as you train hard, of course. But, even if you're gaining weight quickly, even if you're gaining a kilo a month, if you're gaining 2 kilos a month, your body is not able to put on that much muscle mass in such a short period of time. So inevitably, the remainder of what you're not able to put on as muscle, it's going to be fat, it's going to be water weight, it's going to be useless. So I think it's quite okay to just bulk slowly and take your time. And it might sound boring. It's not like this extreme method which we, sometimes we just want to go for the extremes, but it does fucking work. And all you have to do is you just take your weight all like daily, or you do it as well as possible, even if you can't weigh yourself daily, weigh yourself regularly and then look week to week, month to month if you're gaining weight. So for me, I base my progress off of how much I've gained in the last 4 weeks. So I look at today's, or this week's average weight, or not like the median weight, so like the middle number of the 7 days that I weighed myself. I look at that number. How much higher is it than 4 weeks before? Okay, 200 grams, I'm making progress. 500 grams, perfect, I'm on schedule. 1 kilo, oh, that's a bit too much, maybe I have to slow down. That's the only thing I really look at. And if you see it going down, for example, for some fucking reason, I lost a kilo in the last week, then I can also see like, oh shit, I have to eat more. But it's very simple, No matter how small the change is in that period of 4 weeks, as long as it's there, as long as you can see it happening over and over and over again, you're making progress. And that's enough, You don't have to go fast. Just bulk slower, you won't get fat. If you get fat bulking, you've bulked too fast, basically. But anyway, that's just something I wanted to get out of the way. Now I'm gonna get started on the leg day today. I have 42 kilos on the dumbbells here. I'm gonna put them on my shoulders and do one-legged squats, pistol squats. And basically last time I did 3 sets of 3 reps, just about, with 38 kilos. Today I want to see if I can match that with 42. So let's see how it goes. It's going to be the first exercise. I think we have 3 exercises in total on the menu today. Fuck. Whew. 42 kilos might be a bit too heavy today, but I'm gonna try one more set nonetheless. The important thing is that I'm trying to focus on right here is to do the negative slowly. So a 3-second negative at least. That way I can prevent myself from going too heavy, because if you use momentum, you can kind of make up for the weak parts in your body by allowing your strong parts to take over. But if you do it slow and controlled, you're gonna come through a point in the movement where you have to use your weaker muscles too. So this is what I need at the moment, because I recently injured my hip and I don't want to aggravate it again, you know. But yeah, hopefully, and I say hopefully 2 more sets of the 3 reps with 42 kilos, and then we can move on to something else. Fucking hell. Squatting heavy is cardio, boys. What the fuck? Oh boy. Yeah, my legs are burning because these reps were such grinders. This was a bit too heavy to be good. So next time I will probably lower the weight a little bit, do some more reps. But for today, very happy with this, you know, because one session ago I was doing 38 kilos. The session before that I was doing 34. So good progress. We're well on our way for the comeback to hopefully still get at least a 60 kilo pistol squat. But yeah, let's move on to the next exercise, which is gonna be normal squats. Well, normal, that is to say, I'm gonna be using the elevated heel trick, you know, close stance, elevated heels to really target the quadriceps. And just like last time, I'm gonna aim for reps, you know, 52 kilos on the shoulders, aim for as many reps as possible. The first set is gonna be 1 squat every 3 seconds. Last time I got 34 reps. Let's see if today I can get at least 35. But yeah, I'm gonna take a quick break and then we can get to it. What the fuck? 35 reps. I can tell you one thing. If it wasn't for the goal in my mind to get 35 reps, I would have stopped at around 20-25, I believe. Because at that point, I was just desperate at how quickly I was getting tired, but because I had the goal in my mind, the standard in my mind, I was able to go for it, you know. Giving it your all, doing intense sets. Intensity is a skill in itself and you have to practice. And part of the thing that's gonna help you do intense sets is to have a goal in mind. And you know, these goals, you can just set them by comparing yourself to last training. So the more you gain experience in your training, you know, the better it's gonna go, because now, you know, I didn't feel stronger than I did last time, but the standard in my head I had today was larger than the one last time. So I was able to push myself further. And you know, that's a gradual thing. The confidence and the willingness to push yourself far into the painful zone, it's not something that comes overnight, you know. Rome wasn't built in a day. It's something that you build over the years, but very happy with this set. I didn't expect to get 35 reps while I was doing it, but whew, very intense. Now I'm gonna rest up and do 2 remaining sets, just spamming, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so only 16 reps on those last sets. I did try and do a bit more full range this time compared to last time, because last time I got 38 reps, but I could really see I was just bouncing, you know. I wasn't almost not going down and then only coming up until a third of the way, which, you know, I don't mind bad form, but that was a bit too much, I would say. So today I'm trying to clean up the form, but also just the gas tank is empty, you know. I think I need a recovery day, but anyway, that's something to think of later when this training is done. This training I wanted to go hard, so I'm gonna go hard. I have 1 more set left of squats and then 2 sets more of the next exercise. I just have to complete this to the best of my ability. It doesn't matter if my 100% is weak or strong. It's still 100% for me today that I wanted to give, so I'm gonna give it, you know. I'm gonna give it what I have today, you know, and you can't do anything more than that. So, you know, even if you have bad days, if you're trying your best, I don't think it's really a reason to be sad about it. Of course, it's frustrating, but just take that frustration, don't shove it aside, but you know, put it in your pocket, save it for next time when you feel energetic. So I'm just gonna complete this workout and then have some food and recover for next time, basically. Alright, 2 final finisher sets are on the way. If you've been watching the previous leg days, you will know CC squats and then CC squat negatives, followed by tippy toe squats or bunny squats, no matter how you want to call them. But all of those exercises will put an insane emphasis on your quadriceps and the burn is insane. So I'm going to do 2 sets of this and then we can discuss. Oh, fucking hell. Alright, so these CC squats, you know, I don't really do them to progress, you know. I do these CC squats to get the final bit of energy out of my body because, well, I've recently only just gotten back into the pistol squat. I've really only just started doing the longer sets with the squats and it's new for me, you know. So I'm kind of a noob. I don't know how to fully exert my body using those exercises yet. So when I finish like exercise number 1, the pistol squat, and then number 2, the normal squat, I'm tired, but I can do some more. So that's why I do these thicc squats. In general, I don't promote doing loads of exercises just for the sake of it. You know, only do exercises that you care about being stronger at, right? But in this case, since I don't know how to fully exert myself yet safely, you know, I use the thicc squat to get that final push out of me, you know, so that I don't have to go overboard on the other exercises and then end up injuring myself again. So these thicc squats are just here to help me, exhaust myself basically, but I don't care about having them stronger. Now, in general, you know, doing these thicc squats, they do remove some gains, or they will prevent some gains on the pistol squat and the normal squat for me as well. So if you only care about strength, I would not recommend doing this, you know. Just be happy that you have a bit more energy left, because you can use that energy for next time. So for me, you know, I'm starting to learn again how to, I guess, push myself on the pistol squat and the normal squat. So it could be that in the near future I stop doing these exercises again. I stop doing this thicc squat again, because I don't need it anymore. I can already push myself enough on the other exercises to the point that I'm not able to recover anymore. But one more set, let's go. Oh shit, I've been yapping so much, the rest time is, well, I have 30 seconds left, but who gives a fuck, you know. Let's do set number 2. Rest pause. Alright, so that's it for today's training, and well, I might have felt weak a little bit, but I'm actually quite happy with that, you know, because it's a sign that I'm starting to learn how to do leg days properly again, to the point that I'm not able to recover anymore within the 4-day time span that I give myself. So, you know, it's a positive, there's a positive side to it as well. If you're tired, it just means that you were able to exert yourself properly. Well, of course, if you're tired from not sleeping and eating shit food, that's a bad thing. But if you're tired, you know, and like you sleep well and you eat well, but then you're tired because you're just training so much, that's something you did, you know, that's within your power, that's effort you put in, and you're feeling the result of it right now. But yeah, the legs, I guess the lighting isn't too well, but the legs are feeling pumped. Very happy with today's workout, like I said. So let's sit down and discuss. In the beginning, you know, I mentioned some people are telling me they're afraid to bulk because they don't want to get fat. It's something I get in the comments. It's something I get when I coach a client. I often get this remark like, you know, I don't want to get fat during the bulk. And I'm like, well, how much weight are you planning on gaining? And they're like, well, like a kilo a month, 2 kilos a month. Well, of course you're going to get fat, you know. Your body is only able to put on so much muscle mass in a certain time frame. So if you think about it, half a kilo a month, that's 6 kilos in a year. If it's all muscle, that's an amazing result, you know. Even for a beginner, that's good. Maybe if you're a beginner, like a total newbie, you can gain a bit more muscle than that. So perhaps, you know, especially if you're really skinny and your body fat is dangerously low, try to put on a bit more weight than half a kilo. You can go for a kilo. But if you're just a normal dude and you've been training for a while and, you know, your body fat is not particularly extremely low, just go for the slow bulk, you know. And especially in calisthenics, I feel like it's important because, you know, the last thing you want to happen in your workout, oh shit, when you're doing a planche, for example, is to feel bloated, is to feel like shit. And let me tell you, when you eat so much food that you're gaining 2 kilos a month, that's like 1,000 kilocalorie surplus, I believe, you know. It's insane. You're not gonna feel well. You're gonna feel bloated all the time. You're gonna feel lethargic. There is no way that you're gonna be able to properly train your skills or whatever else you're doing in the bulk with your calisthenics exercises. You know, you're moving your body weight. So if your body weight isn't feeling well on you, well, it's not gonna move well. It's not gonna move well either, is it? So, you know, that's why I prefer to bulk slow, because you know, your body can adjust slowly, you know. Your body, if you think about it, when you gain half a kilo a month, it's not even 20 grams a day. Like, 20 grams? Like, of course your body is not gonna notice it, you know. I never had the experience during this bulk like, oh shit, you know, I'm getting insanely heavy suddenly, all of a sudden, you know, because it happens gradually. Yes, you know, I feel like my legs are heavier, you know, I feel that, you know, walking around or like going up the stairs, I feel like that they're bigger, but I never experienced this huge bump in difficulty for the full planche because it all happens so slowly and naturally. So I would say, you know, if you're afraid to bulk, don't be fixated on gaining the weight slowly. On gaining the weight quickly, because, you know, you're gonna have to cut afterwards anyways. But for me, I gained it slowly. I didn't gain a lot of body fat, so I don't even feel the need of cutting afterwards, you know. 75 kilos, I think it will be quite good for me. Perhaps I will lose some weight unintentionally, but I'm certainly not gonna go on a cut. I don't have the need to do so because I did everything slowly and I didn't put on a lot of body fat. That's the way you want to bulk, you know. If you're bulking and you're getting fat, you're just doing it too quickly. But yeah, that's it for today's training. Very happy with how it went, despite being weak as shit. But that's something I'll fix. Maybe not next time. I think next time I'm due for a bit of a lighter session, but I'm gonna fix it in the near future, that's for sure. So I'm gonna head downstairs, have some breakfast, and I'll see you tomorrow for a hamstring day. Yes, let's go.